team to throw in the towel and give up. After several piss-poor effort plays, James was mercifully pulled from the game with 4 minutes left. Then, as time expired, the king left the court. Not only did he refuse to shake hands with his opponents, he abandoned his teammates and didn't wave.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope y'all having a good day so far. So yes, I want to celebrate just a little bit more of LeBron choking again in the playoffs. Yeah, I got one more for you. I wasn't sure I was gonna do this one, but two factors here. One, this was requested by a commenter that I check out this specific video, which dropped. Looks like right after they got eliminated. It is titled LeBron James Top 10 Playoff Choke Compilation. Hell yeah, I'm here for it. And two, well, this is by content creator Red Blooded Sports Historian. I found this channel on accident. I mean, about 2 weeks ago, I think at this point, and I thought it was hilarious. You know, I threw some suggestions in there, whatever, you know, like I usually do. And I went back and actually, the night that the Lakers got eliminated, I reacted to another one, which was a flopping compilation video from the same creator. And little did I know that there was a message waiting for me from him, basically like thanking me and like it was such a positive, a nice message. Basically, he's at this point small content creator, 2.31 thousand subscribers, so 2,300 subscribers. So you know, he was appreciative of, like, you know, drawing traffic towards him. And I mean, you know, it's just the name of the game with reactions. I mean, I thought it was hilarious, and a lot of you guys did too. So it's cool to see that there was some traffic that was sent over to his channel. But it was such a nice message. I just wanted to put it out there and just say, because this guy is hilarious in his videos, but it was such a polite message. So thank you for that. And hell yeah, if if you're watching this, buddy, the audience now is asking me to react to more of your stuff. So well done, sir. Well done. Anyways, guys, I'm going to link the original video down below for you guys. As I always do, that's going to be in a description box for you guys. And nothing else to say on the intro. I'm just here to have some fun. Let's see the top 10 times he choked in the playoffs.
In today's video, I'm gonna cover the top 10 LeBron James playoff choke jobs over his entire career. For someone who millions consider their GOAT, LeBron James has so many examples of him failing miserably when everything is on the line and his team and millions of fans need him to be more than an athlete. So buckle up, Buttercup. We're gonna expose LeBron's playoff reputation right now.
Let's do it. More than an athlete, more than a game. It's just basketball.
Get at it.
Bulls of 5.
10. The 2025 Western Conference first round versus Minnesota. And yeah, I know this series ain't over yet, but LeBron is going out sad. And he looks cooked. And
okay, so he did this right before they got eliminated. Yeah, you weren't wrong. You weren't wrong, buddy. Out in the next game, gentleman's sweep. This is a hilarious photo. What the hell is this? This got to be AI generated, but this is good.
I mean, just look at him being Mr. Nice Guy with the competition. Just pathetic. From poor shooting in the moments that matter to critical mistakes, this is your typical crunch time LBJ failure. And yeah, some of that blame goes to JJ Redick here for playing the same 5 guys for the entire second half of Game 4. But even that is LeBron's fault because he forced the Lakers to hire JJ Redick. Even worse than LeBron shooting over.
Well, not just that. LeBron James at any point can say, "Hey, sub me out for a minute. I need to catch my breath." He's been in the league 22 years. He can just say.
In the fourth quarter, despite him being on the court for the entire 12 minutes, the lasting image from this series has to be Anthony Edwards pushing around the king like his own little prison bitch in the closing minutes. Number 9.
Now, he did to LeBron this year what he did to Kevin Durant last year.
the 2023 Western Conference Finals versus Denver. And in the closeout game, a narrow 2-point loss really showed just how much James falls apart in the fourth quarter. A 40-point...
Didn't even get the shot off there. Then the next season... Oh, well, I'm just going to stop because you're probably going to cover that too. Okay, so quarters 1 through 3, 40 points, 15 for 25, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Good Lord. That is some stats. All right, what happens?
15 for 25, 10 rebound, 9 assists, 3 for 7 from three-point range. Performance looks absolutely Herculean.
It does.
But looking below the surface.
Fourth quarter, 1 for 6. So many times, guys, he just did it in this playoffs too. He just did it. He dominated for 3 quarters, fourth quarter, scoreless. Or 1 for 4 or whatever, you know. It's crazy.
In the fourth quarter of an elimination game, LeBron James shot a putrid 1 for 6.
How do people consider him the greatest of all time when he can't score in the fourth quarter in a crucial game? Like literally, this is not like an exaggeration. We just watched it happen. We just witnessed it. And it's not like he wasn't playing. He was out there all 12 minutes. Why couldn't he score?
Which very well may have been the deciding factor in the King getting unceremoniously swept for the 3rd time in the playoffs in his career.
Yep.
Number 8, Game 6 of the 2015 NBA Finals. People tend to forget this one, but I don't care who was injured. This was still a winnable series against Golden State. Down 3-2 at home for Game 6, LeBron shot his team right out of the finals with a 13 for 33 performance, going 2 of 10 from three-point range in an 8-point loss that gave Steph Curry his first chip. The Akron Hammer shot an abysmal 0 for 6 from 3 in the second half.
Wow, 0 for 6 for 3 in the second half. That's a lot worse than the 13 for 33, in my opinion.
Allowing Golden State to turn a 4-point halftime lead into a Game 6 victory and give Steph Curry his first ring out of 3 that he took from LeBron James. Guess who's holding my videos back? This guy. I really need you. Yes, you, to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone you love, please.
I think I'm doing my part. I'm trying. Subscribed, liked, shared. Definitely sharing right now.
7, the 2013 NBA Finals. In the fourth quarter of Game 6, LeBron actually did put up solid numbers. 16 points on 7 for 11. But he clanged the one shot that would have changed his reputation as a liability in the clutch. And then in a truly miraculous turn of events, Chris Bosh, who LeBron has gone out of his way to disrespect this year, rebounded and kicked the ball out to Ray Allen, who had been practicing that exact shot for months beforehand, and this bailed LeBron James out. It saved his legacy and shifted the focus onto Ray's incredible shot and off of LeBron's late game ineptitude.
I know, and that's why it's funny. I try to correct people whenever they just talk about Ray Allen's shot, because I'm like, no. Sequence of events. LeBron, brick. Chris Bosh, monster rebound. Ray Allen, phenomenal shot. Like freaking 1 in a million. Like phenomenal shot. But you got to go in order there. You know, there's no rebound if there's no LeBron brick. You know, and then there's no Ray Allen shot if there's no LeBron brick. We got to always remember he LeBricked right there. Like that was his moment.
Number 6, Game 1 of the 2014 NBA Finals. The Miami Heat were down by 2 points late in the fourth quarter when the King, a man who had spent over $1.5 million on keeping his body in peak physical condition, cramped up during the NBA Finals. Yes, the AC broke down in San Antonio. Yes, it was over 90 degrees on the court. And yes, LeBron James was the only player in San Antonio that night who cramped up.
Man, I feel right at home. Born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, I was playing out there in 110-degree weather on the concrete on a daily basis. So I'd actually be okay in that situation.
Whatever the reason that the chosen one chose not to drink enough water,
Right.
LeBron's exit from the game opened up the floodgates. The Spurs went on a 16-1 run over the last 4 minutes, and the Heat would go on to lose that game by 15 points and lose the series in 5 games.
Yeah, man, you got less Balco, more water, buddy.
Do you happen to know a bronze-sexual? How about a friend who calls him the GOAT?
Oh, no. Oh, my God. That image. Oh, send that to Shannon Sharp.
Go ahead and send him this video and ruin his day. Number 5, games 1 and 4 of the 2007 NBA Finals. In game 1, James torched his own team by shooting 4 for 16 from the field.
Yeah.
But even worse than that, in game 4, LeBron went 10 of 30 and shot the Cavs out of a winnable game.
Wow,
As
so one game 25%, next game 33%.
San Antonio eked out a 2-point victory, making the Spurs the first team out of 3 to sweep LeBron James-led teams in the playoffs. Number 4, Game 1 of the 2008 Eastern Conference semifinals against the Boston Celtics.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this is a Game 1 and not a series-ending performance, but I'm counting this one for 2 reasons. First, this was a winnable game and the series went to a full 7, and this could have changed the outcome of the series as it went to a full 7 games. So if LeBron doesn't absolutely maul his team's chances here, maybe the Cavs win the series. Number 2, it was arguably LeBron's worst single statistical performance of his entire playoff career. And for a guy who has as many horrendous, historically awful performances in the postseason as he does, that's really saying something. The Kings 2 for 18, 12 point, 10 turnovers.
Ouch, I don't remember that one. 2 for 18 in game 1. What the hell is there? What can a percentage of that be? 2 divided by 18, 11%. Oh.
Over 0 for 6
Hi-ya.
from three-point range. Performance is truly abysmal. But that game gets even worse when we isolate James's final quarter output. With the Boston Celtics leading by only 3 points at the end of the third quarter, despite the futility from the chosen one, LeBron put up a rancid fourth quarter even for him, shooting 1 of 8, including 0 for 3 from three-point range to gift wrap.
Oh, what's 1 for 8? What's half of, what's 25% divided by 2? 12.5%. God damn.
A victory.
It's terrible.
That the
It's
Celtics
disgusting.
were lucky to get away with. Now, one would think King James wouldn't get embarrassed in 2 straight games, and that LeBron would be determined to rebound, refocus, and kick some ass in game 2. What happened? Well, after cruising to a 7-point lead at the end of the quarter, the Cavs would get wrecked, 72-49 the rest of the way, with the chosen one shooting 3 of 16.
The choking one. 3 of 16. I might as well just keep this phone calculator out. 3 divided by 16. He shot 18% that time.
In quarters 2 through 4. In fact, LeBron's combined 8 of 42 shooting in the first 2 games of that series.
Let's do it. 8 divided by 42 is 19%. Damn, man. And I'd be giving Kobe crap for getting, for averaging like 44% shooting for his career, something around there. God, man. This is terrible.
Series dropped the Cavs to an 0-2 start and maybe the worst 2-game postseason performance.
Yo, I used to use this song on my videos sometimes, on my intros. Sorry, that just confused me for a second. I'm like, am I watching one of my videos from a year ago?
Any player considered an all-time great in back-to-back playoff games. Don't forget to follow me on X at RedBloodSports for more unhinged takes. Number 3, Game 4 of the 2018 NBA Finals. After the Cavs lost Game 1 in the J.R. Smith game, They would lose the next two by a combined 28 points. The daunting prospect of getting swept in the finals for a second time in LeBron's career loomed in the air as Game 4 approached. The creeping eventuality of yet another final sweep was no excuse for how LeBron went out. Don't ever forget, LeBron James gave up when it mattered. On his home court, like a bitch, with his back against the wall in what would be his final game in Cleveland, you might expect LeBron James to show up and show out for his city, empty the clip, and lay it all on the line in front of his home faithful, wouldn't you? LeBron put up 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, so at first glance, that looks okay, I guess. But James disappointed everyone in the viewing audience by playing passively throughout the contest.
That's why we all say you got to watch the games. Don't look at LeBron's box score, because it's, what I want to say, it's a mirage. You know, it's not real. It's an illusion. It's just there to trick you. You got to actually watch and see when is he producing these statistics. Is it when it matters? Or is it in the first 3 quarters? Like, what's it doing? Is he well evenly distributed between 4 quarters, which would be ideal? No, it's not. It's first through third, you know, 3-quarter LeBron. 4th quarter, LeBron's gone.
I mean, after putting up 32 shot attempts in Game 1 and 28 shot attempts in Game 3, the chosen one settled for 13 in his last night in a Cavs uniform. Let the record show that Rodney Hood, a bench player, took more shot attempts than LeBron James did in a closeout game in the finals and his last game as a Cleveland Cavalier. Down by 9 points at the half.
He quit and ran.
Just as well crawled into fetal position at midcourt. He made 1 field goal on 2 paltry attempts in the final 2 quarters. George Hill, Kyle Korver, and Rodney Hood all took more shots than the franchise cornerstone LeBron James did in the 4th quarter. LeBron's performance was just like Kobe's in his last game as a Laker, only the exact opposite. When it came time to win or go down swinging, LeBron James was the first one on his team to throw in the towel and give up. After several piss-poor effort plays, James was mercifully pulled from the game with 4 minutes left. Then, as time expired, the King left the court. Not only did he refuse to shake hands with his opponents, he abandoned his teammates and didn't wave or say farewell.
I know, who does that? Who does that? You're the team leader. This is a hard moment because you got to wait for the game to end, and it's uncomfortable. It sucks. You know you're about to lose. You know your season is over. It's embarrassing. And how do you lead your team? You abandon them and leave them out there on the court. You don't even sit on the bench and support them. You go back into the locker room because you're special.
To his fans or give them a chance to honor him. Cleveland fans' final memory of their king was his harsh, disinterested departure, one that was inconsiderate and flat out disrespectful to anyone who spent their time or their money watching that game. Number 2.
I wouldn't say a word to him if I was on that team and he walked out and left me out there with the rest of the team. But when I go back into the locker room, I'm not even looking in his direction. Not a word. Screw that guy, dude. You don't do that. You don't do that to your boys.
Entire 2011 NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh,
the previous summer.
This is not number 1? Okay. I'm excited for number 1 because, I mean, this might be number 1 to me. I don't know, man. Let's see what he's got.
James had just stabbed the entire city of Cleveland in the back and ran away to the Miami Heat to join his boys on a super team. Easily the most hated man in the NBA, LeBron could not have performed worse in a finals with his new team. Right when his new teammates needed him to be more than an athlete, LeBron had the worst NBA Finals performance by any all-time great.
Hell, the Heat would have won if he was just an average athlete. Forget more than an athlete. All you need to do was play like reasonable. Not even his averages. Like cut his averages in half, and then that would have been enough to win. But what he actually did in reality, wow. I had never seen a star hurt his team like I've seen this. They should have, no offense to the Dallas Mavericks, the Heat should have won this series. Like, he definitely easily won this series. But shout out to Dallas, man. That's one of the coolest championships ever. Dirk, J Kidd, Sean Marion, all y'all. You got what you deserve. Jason Terry, JJ Barrera. Y'all earned this one.
The penultimate display of his ineptitude and cowardice in Game 5's 0-for-4 fourth quarter, while the Mavs turned a 4-point deficit into a 2-point win.
Okay, 0-for-4. What's that percentage? Just kidding.
Getting out-hustled and outplayed by Jason Terry and JJ Barea wasn't bad enough. LeBron's fourth quarter stats for this series are terrible.
Man, if I didn't already subscribe, I'd subscribe again just for that one. Most people only bring up JJ. They don't bring up. I'm sorry. Most just bring up Jason Terry, which I love, but most forget about JJ Barrera also. Yeah. LeBron's got nightmares of Mr. Barrera, but you'd have to watch the series to know that. So shout out, man. Good job.
Over 6 games, the King shot 7 for 21 and 1 for 9 in the last.
Okay, 7 for 21 is easy. That's 33%. 1 for 9 for 3. Man. People talk about MJ can't shoot threes. You shot 11% from the 3-point line, man. Get the hell out of here.
15 minutes of each game over the fourth quarters of all 6 games. This was LeBron's most disgusting failure in the NBA Finals of his career, but it wasn't his worst playoff failure.
Okay.
Number 1, Game 5 of the 2010.
That'd be so funny if the worst failure was from Space Jam.
Eastern Conference semifinals. Of all of the historically significant games I have ever seen by a superstar basketball player, this one was by far the most disappointing. This game wasn't just supposed to be a climactic Game 5. This was a career-defining Game 5. Remember, the backdrop to this was that LeBron was set to test free agency and potentially leave his home state and the Cleveland Cavaliers with the series tied 2-2. The city needed him to win this game and win it decisively. LeBron was the reigning MVP, and the Cavs were the first overall seed, and yet somehow they found themselves.
Oh yeah, you didn't talk about 2010. Okay, that was 07, I think. Okay.
Fight with the aging Celtics. I can't think of another occasion in league history when a superstar with so much riding on the outcome of one single game appeared to be trying to intentionally lose that game at a time when his teammates, his fans, and his city all needed him to come through to be more than a fucking athlete. LeBron James shat himself harder than Cardi B on live.
That's why they burned his damn jerseys. It wasn't just that he left them the way he did, is that this is how he left them. He chokes and then he leaves. Like, come on.
Hold on. There we go. Okay, y'all thought I was lying.
Oh, she's taking a shit.
14 stat line looks horrendous.
People live streaming or something when they're taking shits nowadays. Count me out of that.
It was, but it doesn't nearly tell the entire story here.
All right, 3 for 14. My bad. I'm not doing my part here. 3 for 14. 21%. That's pretty good for LeBron.
Reigning MVP, James passively settled for outside shots.
Clunk.
James missed 6 consecutive shots, all jumpers, before scoring on a dunk with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third quarter. That was LeBron's first field goal of the entire game. He didn't make a field goal until the game was more than halfway over. Cleveland's...
And that was it? It was a cherry picking? A cherry picking dunk?
Didn't just disinterestedly stab millions of Cavalier fans in the heart. He showed no
And he's
heart.
crying on the bench again. Yep, so this video pretty much ends right where it started. LeBron crying on the bench, thinking about excuses.
In a pivotal game, right then and there.
Okay, this should be fun. Yeah, so 15 points, 3 for 14. Old Shaq outproduced him? Man, good job, Shaq. Good job, Shaq. That's embarrassing. I didn't know that. Mo, you didn't really play that great. The big three over here, they did their job. They did their job. I mean, at this point, you can kind of say the big four, but the big three was what was created. Rondo just came out of nowhere and ended up being awesome. I can't believe Shaq outscored him. Like Shaq was pretty rough that year.
LeBron took
And he
himself
shot 7 for 11. Just feed him the ball then.
out of the GOAT conversation based on that one game alone. Sure, Kobe had bad games in the playoffs, so did MJ. Happens, but no one, perhaps no NBA superstar in history, in a career and legacy-defining game, had a sadder, more listless, more disinterested performance than LeBron Raymond James.
Damn, man, good video. Yeah, no, it's not like these other greats never had a bad series or a bad game or, you know, whatever. They all have. You know, I always say it. Magic Johnson choked really bad once in the finals. We've all seen it. We all know what it was. You know, they called him Tragic Magic that offseason because of it. But guess what? He never did it again. You know, MJ, I can't think of him actually choking. But he's lost. He's a freak, though. I've never really seen him choke. Larry Bird, I've never seen him choke either. But there are great players who have choked or fallen apart at one point or another, but they don't keep doing it over and over again. The thing that makes LeBron so special is that he literally finds new ways to do it every single year. And it's only been 4 seasons where he didn't do it. And honestly, I'd argue, you know, what was it? In 2012, he did do it. No, 2013, when they beat the Spurs, he did. But he got bailed out. But fine, they won. So we give that to him. But so many examples of him is year after year choking in the fourth quarter of crucial games in the playoffs. That's just part, at this point, it's like that's his baseline. That's his personality. That's who he is. And these other guys like, you know, Tragic Magic, that was him being not the normal Magic. That was an odd moment for him. He freaked out. He held the ball. He didn't make the pass in time like he was supposed to. Something we never see Magic do. He's always on it, you know, in the flow. But we called him Tragic Magic, and he never did it again. So guess what? History, we tend to forget about him. We don't call him a choker at all. If anyone calls him a choker, they're crazy. Because somebody who messed up once, you can't call a choker. But LeBron, like, when he was young, I wasn't calling him a choker. I was calling him a young man who hasn't figured it out yet. You know, like really talented, really skilled, insanely athletic, and he looked really smart for his age on the basketball court. And I'm like, all he needs to do is get that toughness down. You know, get that clutch gene in. You know, but first he's got to deal with some of these losses, take accountability like Jordan did, and he gets stronger. But he never did it. Instead, he avoided accountability. And let this, if there's any young people out there watching, let this be a lesson. If you spend your whole life avoiding accountability and pretending like your shit don't stink, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. You can't run away from it. So you might as well acknowledge it. 1, learn off of it for yourself so you get stronger yourself. 2, share those stories with your peers so they can learn off of your experience. All right? That's the way to grow. That's just the way it is. And you can also help other people too by being like, yeah, I screwed up like that too. Here's what I did. You know, here's what I did to fix it. Because I don't know about you guys. I'm pretty sure everyone's shit stinks, including that chick we saw in that video. Anyways, I'm out of here. Red-blooded, great video. And yeah, consider checking out the channel, subscribing or whatever if you guys enjoyed this. Link is down below for you guys. And yeah, I am out of here for today, guys. Like the video if you like to, subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. And as always, be water, my friends.